Hi everybody, I just wanted to go through how to see instructor feedback in Blackboard. This is important because Blackboard is not always intuitive as to how to do this. We discovered this last semester. In Blackboard, you can see all of your grades at one time by clicking on this image here, which is part of the drop-down menu next to your name. As a student, you can see this. As a teacher, I cannot. So if you have questions about this, we will need to meet in person, log into your Blackboard, and then I can help walk you through this. So once you click on this, then you'll be able to open up your grades. It's called a My Grades page. And there you can see the coursework for the specific classes that you are enrolled in and for what's already been graded. You'll notice that the things with a yellow exclamation point on the right-hand side are items that you've submitted, but for whatever reason have not been graded by your instructor. And we'll go over these symbols more on the next slide. So you can actually filter your results, and an important image is that you can click on View Rubric. This is important prior to uploading an assignment as well as afterwards when you see the feedback. I do use rubrics for all of the assignments in my classes. That is not true for quizzes and exams, but for anything that you actually have to write a paper for, they all have rubrics that tell you exactly how I'm going to grade the papers, what I'm looking for. I try and be very specific on that. So always make sure that you're reviewing the instructions, but also the rubric before you upload an assignment. So this is just to give you some idea of how to see this page. And then the next thing that you have to understand are these different symbols. And these are important because I had a lot of students in the past who think that they've submitted something, but for whatever reason, it has not been submitted yet. So that is a problem. If you see this blue circle that's like part of a pie thing, that's a problem on your end as a student. So that's telling you and me that you have tried to upload something and it hasn't gone through. There are usually two reasons why that occurs. One, you're trying to do it from a cell phone. Blackboard does not like uploading from cell phones for whatever reason. So make sure that you're uploading all of your information via an actual computer. You can find computers in the library on campus, in public libraries, sometimes in your home. So they're all over the place. Just make sure that you're actually doing submission of your assignments that way. The other thing that's a common error is that if you're working in something like Google Docs, it saves your files as something called a .odt. That is the file extension. Blackboard does not recognize .odt files. So you have to actually take that file and from Google Docs or from whatever other, if you're using a Microsoft Online Cloud program, you need to save it as a file extension of either .doc, .docx, or .pdf. So those three are the ones that Blackboard recognizes and allows me to grade it what's called inline grading. So I can actually put comments and feedbacks in your assignments right there in Blackboard. And so you'll have all of it at once. Otherwise, I cannot see it. Blackboard does not convert Mac pages. So if you're working on a Mac and you're using Pages, the file extension is going to be .pages. It is not able to be read by Blackboard. It'll actually give you this yellow exclamation point and it tells you that it's uploaded, but the reality is that it's not. On my end, I cannot open it. I can't see it. There's nothing there. So if you are working on a Mac and you're using Pages, or if you're using some other word processor, you want to go ahead and make sure that you save your file. It's probably easiest to save it as a .pdf. So .pdfs are Adobe-based, usually file extensions that it basically takes a picture of your document. The other advantage to using a .pdf is it maintains all of your formatting. So sometimes when you're working in a Google Doc or in a Mac Pages program, when you try and save it as a Word document, it actually changes your formatting. And for papers especially, you don't want that to happen. So it's usually the best is to just save it as a .pdf, and I can make pretty much all my notations on there for you. There might be some things that we'll have to sit down and talk about, but it works out pretty well. So I do try and include on all your papers detailed feedback. So it's important, we're going to go over that in the next slide. It's important for you to understand how to view that detailed feedback, because on your papers as well as in exams, you're going to need to be able to see that. So once you've uploaded something, in order to see the feedback and see your rubric, you can click on the calculated grade if it's an exam or a quiz. And there's also, as you saw 2 slides ago right here, where it says view rubric, and this little bubble here that looks like a speech bubble, that's how you view feedback. So those are the 3 symbols that you need to be very familiar with in order to view the feedback that I've given you on the short answer portion of exams as well as your assignments themselves. Now, the multiple choice questions will be graded, and you'll be able to view that. If you click on this number here, you'll be able to see which ones you got right and wrong. That's something that you can just automatically see as soon as I have everything graded for you. So again, for whatever reason, Blackboard decided that clicking on the title of the test, for example, was not enough to show it. And it's confusing because for whatever reason, the number does not always look like it's a link. So you have to look carefully. It's important that you hover over it, but it is in fact a link. It should be a hyperlink, so it should be like a bluish color. And when you click on it, it actually forms a little hand, right? And you can click on it, and then you can actually see the results. So this is very important. It was something that students who had used Blackboard before didn't even notice, because a lot of teachers don't leave feedback on exams because they're often just multiple choice. Mine do have short answer, so that's really important that you are able to do that. If you have questions, always feel free to come see me.